Good Morning America, NBA champions.
It's over! It's over! Knicks fans, this is not a dream!
The New York Knicks crowned kings of the court, defeating the San Antonio Spurs 94-90, their first title in more than 50 years, in another stunning come-from-behind game.
Brunson drives, Brunson shoots, ties the game!
Jalen Brunson named MVP, scoring 45 points for the fantastic finish.
That means the world to me.
GMA sitting down with the players, celebrating their success.
Loyal fans erupting at watch parties, mobbing the streets, overjoyed at the outcome for their comeback kings. But some getting out of hand. Team coverage of this historic win, courtside and outside, as fans revel in the victory.
Severe weather weekend. More than 70 million Americans bracing for a new round of storms heading east. Plus, dangerous heat hitting the south and west. Our weather team tracking it all.
Peace at last? The U.S. and Iran say an agreement is close to end the fighting. President Trump saying it could all happen today and reopen the Strait of Hormuz as Americans get good news about falling gas prices ahead of the summer season.
Fight Night, the first sporting event ever on White House grounds, now just hours away. A spectacle on the South Lawn, who's invited and the cost. Plus, will the weather cooperate?
And Stanley Cup Final, the critical Game 6. Will the Carolina Hurricanes clinch tonight? Or the Vegas Knights force a Game 7? It's a busy sports weekend, from hockey to those brand new NBA champs who had the win in the bag. As we say,
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. We are world champions.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Sunday. Good morning, America.
And good morning, America. Patrick Ewing, I think,
Yes,
summing it up right
legend.
there. World champions. Great to have Rhiannon back at the desk this morning. What a night for the Knicks and their loyal fans, of course. It only took 53 years, by the way, but the team, now the newest NBA champs. So much to cover. We also have Gio in Los Angeles this morning. Gio, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm feeling just a little bit of FOMO not being there in New York with you, but I'm in LA and it's very exciting here too because I'm co-hosting the 56th annual LA Pride Parade in Hollywood with our friends right here at KABC Channel 7, our powerhouse station here in LA. So New York had the party last night. We've got the party today here in LA. I'm excited to bring that to you. We'll have more on the event coming up right here.
I think New Yorkers are still celebrating
Yeah.
today. I think they're still awake, Gio. Thank you. We are looking forward to hearing more about that. But first, we got to talk about the Knicks and their new trophy, Knicks in 5. I think that's the new greeting here in New York City. New York City Mayor Mamdani announcing there will be a ticker tape parade on Thursday. And MVP Jalen Brunson and his dad, Rick. This was such a moment right after the game with that big, huge hug. Oh, wow. We have team coverage of it all. We're going to start with ABC's Trevor Ault, who was there in San Antonio. Trevor, we're a little bit jealous you were actually in the game last night. How was it?
Good morning, Rhiannon. It was just as electric as you might have imagined, and I don't know if any of the Knicks players even went to sleep, but if they did, they are waking up as NBA champions and as New York City legends. And of course, they clinched this title in their signature style, first falling behind 16 points in the first quarter, coming back, falling back down double digits in the fourth, and then winning an absolute nail-biter to finally end this title drought more than 50 years in the making.
It's over! It's over! Knicks fans, this is not a dream!
This morning, a 53-year drought has come to an end.
The Knicks are finally NBA champions once again!
The New York Knicks clinching their first championship since 1973, completing another fourth-quarter double-digit comeback to take down Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs in a stunning Game 5.
These tears are tears of joy, and they are well-deserved.
In what was a struggle offensively all night for both teams, Jalen Brunson playing like the king of New York.
Brunson drives, Brunson shoots, ties the game!
He finished the game with 45 points, 15 of them in the fourth quarter.
The floater's up and good! Jalen Brunson with another answer!
Jalen, embraced by his father and Knicks assistant coach Rick Brunson, sharing that championship moment.
What does it mean to you to get to experience this with your dad alongside you?
The world. To be able to do this with him, I would not trade it for anything.
In the 5 NBA Finals games, Brunson averaged 32 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals, earning him the honor of the Finals' most valuable player.
Obviously, we accomplished one thing that I had written down for a long time, and it means the world to me.
And Karl Anthony Towns met by his fiancée Jordan Woods to celebrate, getting his hands on the championship trophy.
I know you picked up that trophy. You haven't put it down for quite some time. I imagine you're not going to be putting it down anytime soon.
Hell nah. I told JB before, he'll go get his MVP, I'll go get the trophy. We made a deal.
Towns also remembering his late mother, who passed away from COVID in 2020.
When the adrenaline and the cheers subside, I wish I had a chance to hug my mother in this. But I know that she's here with me. She's giving me the hug. Energy never dies. The physical may not be here, but the energy never dies. The spirit's always here. So
now the celebration continues as the team heads back to an electrified New York City that can't wait to welcome them home.
What does New York mean to you?
Everything.
So the Knicks won all 3 of the games that they played here in San Antonio in this series, and especially last night, the Knicks fans really cut into the Spurs home court advantage. It felt very easily like a 50-50 split between Spurs and Knicks fans, and that meant the crowd was going back and forth, roar for roar, for the entire game until that last buzzer sounded, and we heard that enormous cheer from Knicks fans celebrating that well-earned title. Rhiannon.
Even watching at home, you could see the orange and blue.
You could hear it, too.
You could hear it as
Yeah.
well. But Trevor, what was it like for that championship game to happen while they were on the road?
It was still amazing, Rhiannon. I mean, generally when a team clinches a title on the road, of course, the home fans don't usually stick around for the ceremony. But there were so many Knicks fans and Spurs fans being respectful that the stadium was still well over half full as the trophy ceremony was playing out. And also, we have so many celebrity Knicks fans who are synonymous with the team who were there on the court as well. Spike Lee, Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet, all of them going wild, really celebrating this title. But one thing we heard from every single Knicks player, though, they couldn't wait to get back to New York City to celebrate with the fans. Whit.
Great stuff, and great interview, too, by the way, Trevor. We appreciate it. Let's get the reaction now on the streets of New York City this morning. ABC's Rena Roy is live outside Madison Square Garden, where no doubt many people never went to bed. Rena, good morning.
Hey, Whit, yeah, including myself. And I got to say that I don't think many of us New Yorkers got much sleep. And look, Gio is right to have a bit of FOMO, right? Because it really felt like there were watch parties and celebrations on every corner of every borough. In fact, I think we still are seeing a few fans outside the Garden early this morning for a team this city never stopped believing in.
Overnight, after the Knicks clinched that historic win, thousands of fans storming the streets of New York City. The celebrations getting rowdy at times, fans climbing on top of buses and scaling traffic signals. And chaos unfolding, police confirming a 17-year-old was shot during the celebrations at West 42nd Street and Broadway. 3 people of interest are in custody, and police say a firearm was recovered at the scene. Just a block away from Times Square, this bus engulfed in flames after being set on fire. But for the most part, New Yorkers taking this night to soak in a moment 53 years in the making. The energy electric in watch parties across the city.
New York basketball is. It's fight, it's hard, it's hustle. We never give up. That's what New York is.
Even Mayor Zohran Mamdani joining the celebrations, gathering with the staff and customers at this bar in Manhattan. Knicks fans ecstatic in San Antonio, Texas, too.
I mean, I'm 25 years old. I didn't think I was going to get to a point where I would see a Knicks championship, and to be able to live it with all these people.
And the party isn't over yet. Overnight, Mamdani announcing the Knicks Victory Parade will take place this Thursday. It'll be the first in franchise history, and one more chance for New Yorkers to cheer on their heroes who brought the championship home.
Everybody was waiting for this. The city is ready. The city was here. We outside.
And I think Mayor Mamdani said it best, that the Knicks brought this win home with grit, resilience, and heart. in true New York fashion, Rhiannon.
Oh, love seeing the fan reaction, Rena. Thank you for that. Now we want to talk about the severe weather that's affecting parts of the U.S. this weekend. ABC's Faith Abube is here with the latest on the round of storms overnight. Hey, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, Rhiannon. It's been quite an active weekend weather-wise with hail, rain, tornadoes, high winds wreaking havoc in some places, and now more severe weather on the way. This morning, more than 70 million Americans bracing for a new round of severe weather following a turbulent weekend of violent storms. A powerful system slamming Omaha, Nebraska Saturday morning, packing 60-mile-per-hour winds and battering the area with hail. In Kansas, the storm hitting Overland Park. From Oklahoma to New Jersey.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
More than 200 reports of damaging winds since Friday. Nearly 24 people injured and 1 person killed near Monetta, Virginia, after the winds collapsed an outdoor tent packed with worshipers at a local church.
The pastor here at the church was in the process of evacuating the event and the tent when it collapsed. Yeah, they just didn't have enough time.
And guys, the severe threat looms in the east today as dangerous heat grips the Pacific Northwest. Some places like Portland could actually see triple-digit temperatures by Tuesday.
In Portland,
in
too.
Portland.
Wow, okay.
So very dangerous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Faith. Okay, let's get over to Samara with a look at the forecast. Samara, some of my family in Kansas City were actually hunkered down in the basement last night.
Yeah, remember we talked about that, Rhiannon, how there was that severe threat moving specifically through Missouri, and they had such a big issue with flooding as well. Today, our eyes are on the East Coast. Here's a look at Washington, D.C. You can already see we're setting up for a potentially rainy day. You know, we have the UFC fight that'll be going on at the White House there. And this is the timing where a lot of that rain is going to roll through. So if you look at this timestamp, here we are, 7 p.m. We could see some strong to severe storms moving through the DMV area, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, up to Baltimore, right around the evening time, just around sunset. By 11 p.m., that starts to impact the New York tri-state area. So if you have plans tonight along the I-95 corridor, keep in mind you could be in for some damaging wind and maybe even an isolated tornado. That's a look at the forecast. Wick, back to you.
All right, Samara, thanks so much. Now to Washington and the final preparations for tonight's Ultimate Fighting Championship event at the White House. The event is part of a celebration happening on President Trump's 80th birthday today. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins us with the latest. Selena, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. And this big UFC fight is the first time a professional sporting event has ever been held on White House grounds. And President Trump says it's all to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, but it also happens to be Trump's 80th birthday.
This morning, Washington getting ready for a first-of-its-kind spectacle.
Take a look at that giant claw behind me on the White House South Lawn. Nothing like this has ever happened before, and it's drawing serious backlash. A federal lawsuit is trying to stop this, calling the event deeply corrupt, arguing it's a for-profit sporting event designed to benefit President Trump and his allies.
But a federal judge rejecting that request, saying the cage fight can go ahead as planned. UFC Chief Dana White on stage with 2 of the fighters. 4,000 spectators are expected inside the arena tonight, with 120,000 more watching from the nearby Ellipse Park. The UFC insists they're footing the bill, already topping $60 million. But it's also a marketing windfall. Corporate sponsors lining the cage. Trump has a long friendship with White and owns stock in UFC's parent company. And taxpayer dollars are being spent on Super Bowl-level security run by the Secret Service. Trump says it's all to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
We're having a big fight. It's never going to happen again. Never happened before.
Storms are possible here in D.C. tonight, but Dana White says the show will go on rain or shine. And President Trump says he'll be there, then head straight to France for the G7 conference right after the fight. Rhiannon.
All right, Selena Wang, thank you for that. Now we turn to the Trump administration's battle with artificial intelligence giant Anthropic. The company saying it's taken its 2 newest AI models offline following a Trump administration directive. ABC's Christian Cordero is here now with the latest. Good morning, Christian.
Hey there, Rhiannon. Good morning. So this is considered one of the most sweeping directives targeting an AI company and is another test of the relationship between big tech and the government. Anthropic says it received a directive from the Trump administration to block foreign nationals in and out of the U.S. from accessing two of its most advanced and recently released models. Mythos 5 and Fable 5 have state-of-the-art capabilities, and the administration argues they are a national security concern, though Anthropic says the government didn't specify why in its letter. Now, to comply with the order, Anthropic disabled both models for all users, though stands by the safeguards it has in place. The company says the standard imposed would essentially halt all new AI models industry-wide. Now, this move follows an executive order the president signed earlier this month asking tech companies to give the administration access to their AI models before releasing them to the public. And separately, the company has sued the Pentagon after being labeled a supply chain risk, though it continues to work with the U.S. government. Whit.
All right, something to watch there. Christian, thank you. This morning, the U.S. and Iran are both signaling that a deal is close that would end the war and open the Strait of Hormuz. But the timing is still unclear, with President Trump saying an agreement could be signed today and Iran suggesting it could happen in the coming days. Let's bring in ABC News Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz, who will be hosting This Week later this morning from Israel. Martha, good morning to you. Always great to have you. So what more are you learning about what's in this deal?
Well, I think what we do know about the deal is very little. Basically, the administration has said that Iran promises not to produce or acquire a nuclear weapon ever. But beyond that, the technical details are unclear. They have not explained that. You know, President Trump has said about 46 times, as far as we know, that they were close to a deal. But what I got to tell you, this does feel different because we have heard from the Iranians. They believe they will sign a deal, saying they are looking at the final memorandum from the United States. There are also those promises from President Trump that if a deal is signed, and it would likely be virtual today, some sort of virtual meeting or signing, that the Strait of Hormuz would open immediately, and he claims the oil prices would plummet. We're not sure that would happen right away, though, Whit.
And we know there is a lot of hope that something is in the works here and that this is a preliminary agreement really to negotiate another deal down the road. So what are the major sticking points that still have to be resolved?
Well, they say they have about 60 days to resolve all these other issues, and that's where they get into the nuclear technicalities, like going in to get that enriched uranium, or as President Trump calls it, the nuclear dust. He said that we, the United States, would go in when things calm down or at an appropriate time. But again, very vague details on what this would look like, and to have only 60 days to settle those kinds of complications, that's a tough call there, Whit.
Have so much at stake. Martha Raddatz, we appreciate it. And tune into This Week later this morning. Martha interviews U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, as the U.S. and Iran appear close to a deal. Parades and marches are happening across the country this weekend to celebrate Pride Month. One of the biggest is today in Los Angeles, and that's where Gio is this morning to co-host the parade. Gio, good morning to you.
Hey, Whit and Rhiannon, good morning again from Los Angeles, where we're now just hours away from one of America's biggest pride parades. I'm going to be co-hosting it here on Channel 7 in L.A., also on ABC News Live and Hulu. So take a look at some images from last year. This is going to be the 56th annual L.A. Pride Parade. The theme this year is Rise with Pride. It's all about listening to the community and responding with intention. I'm going to be joining ABC 7 Eyewitness News anchors John Gregory, Rachel Brown, and Tony Cabrera, along with reporters David Gonzalez, Kevin Ozebek, and Liz Nagy, all powerhouse reporters here in L.A. Emmy Award-winning actor and comedian Jeff Hiller, he's going to be the celebrity grand marshal. And this is the oldest pride parade in Southern California. It's really one of the oldest in the nation, guys.
Wow. And Gio, this is now the third year in a row that you're co-hosting this parade. What do you take away from it year after year?
You know, Whit, there's always so much joy here, but in that joy, sometimes you see tears because people really, they feel that love in a really profound way. So many come from different backgrounds and cultures, sometimes reflecting on their own journeys coming out. So you really see so many friends and families really joining forces here to celebrate love, kindness, and community. So I invite you to celebrate with us. You can watch it all happen live at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern on Channel 7, our streaming network, ABC News Live and Hulu. So I will see you there, guys.
We will be watching in 56 years. What an incredible run.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Gio. And still ahead, Hey, sports isn't over yet. We got Game 6 tonight of the Stanley Cup Final. Our preview as the Golden Knights try to stay alive and force a Game 7 against Carolina.
Plus, shark attack, the latest on yet another attack in the waters down under.
And social media study. Dr. Sutton will join us with the new details on a study on the effects of social media on the mental health of teens.
I read you were a little more hesitant when they first called you about doing a sequel.
Well, because
Tell the truth.
I have to be with him again.
Me, I'm sure. What time? He's well. Let me get a couple of things straight here. I want to make sure that the rising arc of the Act 1 is going to pay off in the denouement that will come at.
I loved 3. 4 was. It was just so intense,
and it felt like it was over.
And it felt like it was over.
And people said, well, they said goodbye.
Welcome back to GMA. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen back for another round as Buzz and Woody in Toy Story 5. Monday on GMA. You can catch that full interview with the actors. I love that conversation, by the way. Before Toy Story 5 hits theaters on Friday, June 19th.
By the way, I would watch Toy Story 100.
Yeah,
if they want to keep it going, we will keep watching.
Yeah, the fans want it.
Yes. Okay, let's get to some of the stories we're following this Sunday morning. A wildfire ignited when a military aircraft crashed in a wooded area in Washington state. Marine officials say a fighter jet went down near Rimrock Lake Saturday afternoon. Now, the pilot did eject from the plane, suffering only minor injuries, thankfully. Crews are working to contain the flames, but an investigation into how this crash happened is now underway.
In Australia, a woman was attacked by a shark while swimming at a beach in Sydney. Authorities say the woman suffered massive wounds to her lower leg and arms. This is the 4th shark attack in Australia in the last 4 weeks.
And a line of powdered infant formula is being recalled after the FDA reported 3 cases of botulism, which is really serious for infants. Nara Organics issued a voluntary recall of its whole milk organic infant formula. According to the FDA, 3 babies in separate states became ill after consuming the formula. It was sold at Target stores nationwide over the last year, so parents are now urged to just throw it away, or you can take it back to Target for a refund.
Important information. We do start this half hour with the NHL Stanley Cup Final on this big sports weekend. We got more happening today. The Vegas Knights looking to even things up on their home ice in a must-win Game 6. ABC's Trevor Ault doing double duty for us. He's back with a preview. Trevor, good morning.
Good morning again, Whit. Yeah, the NBA Finals is not the only electric series that we have been watching. The Stanley Cup Final has had a lot of back and forth, a lot of goals scored, and we could have now 2 championships crowned in 24 hours with Carolina on the brink of a potential title.
Carolina's going to take a 3-2 lead back to Vegas.
It's the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Vegas Golden Knights.
For the first time in this series, they're on their front foot.
With the Canes just a win away from the Stanley Cup, and Vegas trying to stay alive on their home ice.
Tortorella's team has lost 2 in a row. They'll be back on home ice trying to extend it.
The excitement building, the Golden Knights fans gathering ahead of time at the arena. In Thursday's game, the Canes took command of the series with a 4-2 win.
Down low, they score!
Andrei Svechnikov scored twice.
Another power play goal for Svechnikov.
Sebastian Aho added a second period goal in a breakout offensive game.
And they score!
We got the obviously shooting mentality and looking for rebounds, and I think we got the chemistry going on, and looking forward for the next game.
They've also rallied behind goalie Brandon Bussey, who took over in Game 4, and he's now the first goaltender in NHL history to make his first 2 playoff starts in the Stanley Cup Final and win both games.
And Bussey, magnificent!
The Golden Knights had initially stormed out to a 2-1 lead in the series.
Back for Hertl, he scores!
They now have their backs against the wall. Their only option is to win 2 straight games. But they'll be down a key player. Forward William Karlsson left Game 5 in the second period, moments after being slammed into the glass. And he's now been ruled out for tonight's game.
We got to find a way to fill that void. Not with just one guy, but as a team.
Now, Carolina has not had a New York Knicks-length title drought, but it has been 20 years since they last won the Stanley Cup. That is plenty of weight for their fans. And, of course, the Golden Knights are going to be trying their best to hold them off. The puck drops tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern in Vegas, and you could watch it right here on ABC. Of course, that means right after we're done here, we are headed to Vegas. We had a very late night last night here in San Antonio. We could be in for another late night tonight there in Las Vegas, Whit.
Oh, man. I hope you get a nap
sleep.
at some point there, Trevor. Maybe on an airplane.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, but you're hanging in there, doing great. Thanks so much for your coverage.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor. Now to some welcome news. If you're planning to hit the road this summer, the price of gas dropping about 10 cents a gallon over the last week. And ABC's Melissa Don is in L.A. with much more on this. Hey, good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, Rhiannon. So with summer travel upon us, there is some good news for those planning road trips as gas prices are starting to tick down. So the current national average is about $4 a gallon per gas buddy. This is a significant drop. Over the past month, the average price of a gallon of gas has fallen nearly 9%. But still, these gas prices are still higher than before the war in the Middle East began. Experts say the falling prices are due to the negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. But an ongoing global oil shortage really threatens to spike those prices in the event of escalating tensions. So consumers still face the most volatile summer at the pump in years. But experts do have these good tips to help you save at the pump if you're planning that summer road trip. Make sure your car has its latest oil change, tires are properly inflated, leave on time to try and avoid stalling in traffic, and Rhiannon, make cruise control your friend. Rhiannon?
Great tips. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Now, with an ABC News investigation and a warning for parents about teens being lured into committing crimes, criminal gangs are lurking on gaming sites to recruit kids as young as 13 to do their dirty work, putting kids in potential danger. ABC News chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky has this report.
This is no video game or scene from a crime drama. These are actual assassinations carried out by kids and part of a growing and terrifying trend.
They don't call it a hit, they call it like a mission or a challenge.
It's known as violence as a service. Real kids recruited online to commit real crimes with deadly consequences.
It's still hard to believe. Sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming, like a nightmare.
Annalie Berg's 16-year-old son Rio was a victim. In 2025, he was on his way home when a hooded stranger came up from behind, pulled a gun, and opened fire. Rio was shot and killed.
It was like, why, who, what's the reason for this? Why him? Why his friends?
Look closely at the shadowy figure shooting that pistol. Investigators say that's no professional assassin, but a fellow teen, the same age as Rio, recruited for the job online.
He did it for money, because he was in debt.
I would imagine it's hard for a parent to believe. A 13-year-old carrying out a contract killing almost seems unbelievable. But that's what you're seeing. These kids are actually doing these crimes.
We see kids from 13, 14, 15 years old doing contract killings, doing abductions, doing kidnappings, doing bombings. They've been told that this is nothing different than the gaming that they were doing, and they get lured in.
Europol, the European Union's police agency, tells us the recruitment of teens to do the dirty work of criminal organizations is now one of the biggest crime problems in the West. Videos obtained by ABC News show these child foot soldiers.
These kids are vulnerable, they can be manipulated, they're very cheap, and they're expendable.
Here's how it works. Someone commissions the crime and funds it. Someone then scours encrypted messaging apps and gaming platforms for new recruits. Someone else provides instructions and a weapon, and some inexperienced minor pulls the trigger. This may have started in Europe, but experts say it's spreading to the U.S.
Criminal networks have no borders. Criminal networks have no standards. They have no laws to obey. Also, the digital environment is borderless.
Wow.
Our thanks to Aaron Katersky for that report. Truly alarming information. All right, coming up here on Good Morning America, the latest study on teens and social media and how it could affect their mental health.
We are back now on GMA with a study looking into social media in young people and how it might affect their mental health. ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton is here to break it down for us. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
We were just talking in the commercial break because this is a really tricky one for parents. Social media isn't going anywhere. This is how kids connect nowadays. So what did this new study find?
Well, I'll give you some context here to understand where we can even start. So nearly half of all teens say that they're online almost constantly. And polls show that American teenagers spend nearly 5 hours a day on social media. That's important context here. Researchers are working to separate the effects of being online in general versus social media itself. And that's what makes this recent study from Australia important. They followed nearly 1,200 young people, looked at their mental health outcomes as well as their use of social media. And they found that just 2 hours a day or more of social media was associated with an increased risk of harm. We're talking about depressive symptoms, a poor sense of well-being, and even risk of self-harm. Now, it doesn't say that social media causes these outcomes, but it certainly adds to that growing evidence that using social media during these key developmental periods can carry significant and important mental health risks.
And we were just talking about all of our rules with our kids, having middle schoolers and everything who are just getting into this. And I understand that the association between social media and mental health issues is even higher in younger kids, right?
And that was relatively a surprise. You would expect to see these effects in later adolescence, high school. We all remember that can be a difficult time, but studies show that using it during the ages of 12 and 13, these children face the highest risk. Researchers noted that the effects were roughly twice as large when looked at during this time period than compared to later adolescence. And girls, unfortunately, were also seemingly more at risk. Girls aged 12 to 13 who use social media more than 2 hours a day were 11% higher risk of depressive symptoms compared to girls who use less than 1 hour a day.
Do we know why? Why are girls more susceptible?
You know, that's an important variable that is discussed in this paper. We understand that the ages of 12 and 13 are critical for a couple of different reasons. That's when kids start to have access to phones and access to social media. That's when you start to develop your sense of self. Peer review becomes incredibly important. We know that age. And also self-identity and body image becomes something that's noticeable. Researchers noted that girls focus more on appearance-centered content, and that can maximize and unfortunately intensify those complications and that social comparison, and that can likely lead to these outcomes.
That's so interesting. Beyond this study, big picture, what do we know generally about young people and social media?
Well, we've been having this conversation. You know, it's not all bad. Social media is important for a couple of reasons. That's the way that kids communicate. You can explore your identity. But when it comes down to social media and talking to teens and children and looking at the data, it really comes down to the time that they're using it, the age that they're using it at, and the intensity that they're using it. And we talked about this, and Whit, you had some great suggestions. You have to make sure that you continue that conversation, talking about algorithms, how filters work, how unrealistic comparisons, because often that's what leads to these poor outcomes. Making sure you're keeping it out of the bedroom and making sure, again, you're continuously talking about this because it's not something that's going to go away.
Right.
You want to make it a savvy consumer.
One thing I love that Whit said he did is you wrote down rules.
Yes, we made a whole list, 10 rules,
and
one of them includes I have access at all times.
And that's
right?
a science-based fact. Working with them is really important.
Exactly. Important information. Thank you, Doctor. Now, with our play of the day and how the win for the Knicks may have been in the bag. Karl Anthony Towns thinks so. Take a look at this.
The bag's undefeated. The bag is undefeated.
The bag is undefeated, he says. Here's why. His fiancée, designer Jordan Woods, carries that clutch from her collection to each game. She was not allowed to bring it to Game 4 due to the strict no-bag policy that night, and the Knicks lost. Well, the bag was back again last night, and you know what happened.
She's had it through the whole playoff run. So I'm just saying, is it a coincidence?
It's a lucky bag.
It's a lucky bag. We love it.
Thank you so much for starting your day with us.
Have a great day, everyone.